trying to get in touch with, well, I guess, man, dang.
I'm standing out in SOS, feeling like everybody has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS, girl, if you hear me, I need you dearly.
My heart is aching, and it's no mistaking. SOS from you, now it got me speed racing. But I can't find what I want, don't want what I have. So tell me where I'm going with that. Is it wrong to just chat? Maybe too long or too whack. I dealt with that in the past and I'll never go back. My heart is on the mat and it's beating out loud, but you can't hear me through the claps. You saying something back. I'm hitting your message in the bottle and it reads, Dan, can you help me? I'll reply back, I'll give you a try, that's what I can do. See you and I hope you see me too. When we find each other, it's only us two. Everybody wonders, but we give them no clue. We lost in the crowd, I'm gonna scream your name loud, and I hope you know mine, so you can drop me a
I'm standing
line.
out in SOS, feeling like everybody has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS, girl, if you hear me, I need you dearly. I'm standing out in SOS, feeling like everybody has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS, girl, if you hear me, I need you dearly.
I need you so bad that I'm calling you every day. What's your number? Like I'm stalking you, nah. But you stalling me. Why you ain't calling me? Why you ballin', but I ain't ballin'? Damn, can I be where you at? Can I sit like your hat on the top of your head, swinging like a bat, creeping low like a cat on these streets, just looking for the love that I seek? Man, I can feel it under me, strapped tight like my sneaks. Successful life I will be, chillin', spillin' with the baddest of the women.
I'm standing out in SOS, feeling like everybody has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS, girl, if you hear me, I need you dearly. I'm standing out in SOS, feeling like everybody has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS, girl, if you hear me, I need you dearly.
And if I make it to the place that I want to be, man, I think I gotta fee. I think you gotta pay to kid me. Nah, I'm just playing. You can download me for free. Be the effing man, that's all I got for these girls. I just wanna have them in my world, so I'ma send them out, and maybe I will get them back. You know what I'm
Standing out in SOS, feeling like everybody has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS,
If you can love
girl, if you
her,
hear me, I
he
need
can
you
love you.
dearly.
Y'all can love each other.
in SOS,
Man, I feel like the fifth wheel, third wheel, whatever you wanna call it. You know what I'm saying?
standing out in SOS,
So what I need you to do is always come with two.
girl, if you hear me, I need you dearly.
One for me,
Out in SOS,
so she can be my boo.
like everybody has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS,
I'm just giving you my heart.
girl, if you hear me,
I'm just giving you my heart
I'm standing out in SOS,
in the form of a song.
has found somebody to love. I'm standing out in SOS, girl, if you hear me, I need you dearly.
Cheers.
Roll smooth with a banger. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, yeah.
Shawty wanna roll
Shawty wanna ride, shawty wanna fly in my G5. Wanna take a trip across the globe. I'm gonna take you there, then that's for sure. Cause I'm gonna hey, let's go. Put them on, then. Hey, I can show you the world just cause you are my girl. Emotions mixing into a swirl. You have what I call intuition, better than most. Let's ditch this life and see the world. You can say yes with a toast, and together we'll go. Maybe your way will flow to a place across the 7 seas where nobody else know. And yes, I got flow, and I think you should know that I'm gonna show you the world. There's no place you can't go. So fly with me as I begin to see what the future will be for you and me. So now I'm gone, now I'm thrown into the game. Yes, I'm blowing up like grenades. Yes, I got paid. Shawty wanna roll, shawty wanna ride, shawty wanna fly in my G5. Wanna take a trip across the globe. I can take you there, and that's for sure. I can show you the world, show you the world. What's that? Hey. Show you the world, show you the world. DFM. Huh? Welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. You already know what's up. Y'all spam some emotes or something in the chat if you out there on Twitch. We started off with a nice little morning. That's a motivation if I ever seen one. Hey, what's good? Okay, so the Rich Mama. I love that name right there, Rich Rising. You better jam this AM. You already know. So listen, I got to start off right because for the last 2 weeks, I have been grinding one particular game, doing one particular thing. So I'm happy to actually be here, giving y'all a show for the day, giving y'all something to look at, something to watch, something to talk about, something to do. Okay? So we're going to start off with our regular motivation. Now, you know, Mindful Mondays, we start off with the motivation for my mans and them out there. For my men, for my sons, my fathers, grandfathers, uncles, brothers, and all of the above. All right, so let's do this thing right. Motivation. Am I on Google Chrome? All right. Motivation for sons. We're gonna do it for the sons today, and then on Wednesdays we do the motivation for the women, for the mothers, the daughters, the aunties, and the grandmothers, sisters, and all of that. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's talk to my sons out there. They at school. Mine at school, but we going to talk. Let's see what's up. We going to speak to their soul. Let's speak to their soul out there. I know your little one's probably at school, but let's speak to their soul out there. Let go. Oh, my bad. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. Now let's go.
Your whole life, people are going to tell you that you can't do something. You will have a dream, a goal, a vision, and they will say, you can't do that. That will never happen. It's too far out of reach for you. If you listen to these words and you start to believe these words, then you will never reach your dreams. You will doubt your abilities and question yourself. Your dreams will die. I ask one thing of you, and that is this: don't give up. I want you to take these words they have said and place them in your mind. And I want you to play them over and over and over again. Don't use these words as an excuse to quit or a reason to doubt yourself. Use these words as fuel to go get what you want and work hard.
That's right,
every
you already
day.
know.
Keep building.
We gotta
Keep
boost them up.
learning.
We gotta boost them
Keep
up.
pushing.
Glad you're
And
feeling
despite
it.
anything they may say, go get what you want. Make that dream a reality. Achieve your goals. Prove them wrong.
Right? It's my man's inspired by the words of Les Brown. That's my guy. So, first and foremost, before we even go any further, I want to give a little bit more motivation than that. But before we go any further, I'm going to apologize to everybody who watching on Instagram. Y'all going to have a messed up aspect ratio for the entire show, because I ain't starting it over, and I can't start it over because I'm already going. So just deal with it. But that's only because I didn't hit vertical, and ain't nobody going to be watching on Instagram. I get 0 people to come in. They come in, they leave. But anyway, let's go. Let's get a little bit more motivation than that.
When I was a little boy, my daddy would always pick me up. When he came home from work, he'd pick me up. When he saw me in the nursery after church, he'd pick me up. No matter how long he worked, no matter how tired he was, my daddy would always pick me up. So when I had my kids, I would always pick up my kids. When I got home, sometimes I was tired. They have a bottle in one hand, and they just lifted up the other hand, and they knew what daddy was supposed to do. My job was to pick them up. This is a spiritual interaction. When you pick up a child, it is a spiritual transaction. When you pick up a child, you change their perspective.
Yeah.
When you pick up
I
a
do
child,
this on
all of
IG
a sudden
too,
they can
yeah.
see the world the way you see it.
That's right. Ooh.
I don't care what your children have done. There is nothing they can do for you to stop picking them up. What my
Hold
daughter,
up.
all of a sudden they can change their perspective.
Hold up.
This is a spiritual interaction. When you pick up a child, it is a spiritual transaction. When you pick up a child, you change their perspective. When you pick up a child, all of a sudden they can see the world the way you see it. I don't care what your children have done. There is nothing they can do for you to stop picking them up. Well, my daughter's a drug addict. I don't care. Pick her up. My son messes up. I don't care. Pick him up. I don't care.
That's my man's.
You pick them up. That is your job, mama. That is your job, daddy. That is your job, grandma. That is your job, granddad. Your number one job is to pick them up and change their perspective. My saddest day, one day, my daddy looked at me and he says, boy, you too big. I can't pick you up anymore. But when he couldn't pick me up physically, he would pick me up emotionally.
Hey, what's up, Zanita67?
pick
Good
me
to
up
have you out there.
I had a great dad because he would always pick me up. He would always change my perspective. So my daddy called me on the phone, he asked me a question. He said, son, you had a tough year, what's next? I said, Dad, I'm gonna be a hospital administrator. He said, not bad, but let me ask you a question, son. Do you believe you're an NBA player? You can't outproduce your self-image, son. If you don't think so, go take the job. But if you believe you're an NBA player, go for it.
Get out there.
My dad had the self-control and discipline and waited for my answer. And my answer was yes. You're right, Dad. I can't work the rest of my life. But playing in the NBA is a dream I've had ever since I was a little boy. He said, go for it, son. I limped back into my coach's office with a cast on my foot. I said, Coach, what do I need to do to play in the NBA? I asked that question 4 years in a row. With tears in his eyes, he said, son, when I recruited you, I heard you was a mama's boy. But I'm here to tell you, you're just like your daddy. But what do I need to do to play in the NBA? He said, do two things you can play in the NBA. Lose 20 pounds and shoot a three-point shot with range, you can play in the NBA. I think you should be a motivational speaker, son, but if you lose 20 pounds and shoot the three-point shot with range, you can play in the NBA. I lost 20 pounds, and every day I would shoot 500 shots a day, every single day. I got invited to training camp with the Dallas Mavericks, and not only did I make the team, I became the first ever undrafted rookie free agent in the history of the Dallas Mavericks to start opening night.
That's my guy. Yes, sir.
Could you imagine what was going through my mind? I had not started a basketball game since high school. I got to the arena and they dimmed the lights and they put the spotlight right on me. Right through the spotlight, I saw my mom, my dad, and all my brothers and sisters.
That's my guy.
They surprised me at the game.
That's E.T.
Then I saw my dad.
He achieved his dream.
And I just pumped my fist.
That's my guy.
And he
You know
pumped his
what's up.
fist.
Right. We hear that.
And tears streamed down my face. Thank you for all those timeouts.
Let's go. All right. So we're going to stop it there. We'll stop it there. Swing y'all back over. That's for motivation for my mans and them out there. All right. So what we doing today? Let me see. As you can see, if you've been if you follow me or if you got your notifications on from a YouTube channel, I am live right now on YouTube. I'm live on Twitch, on my DGTA and my Twitch channel. So let's link it together. I'm doing share chat for the first time. So everything that is being chatted or said inside of my Twitch chat on my Dan F. Man channel is also being broadcast to the DGTA and vice versa. So I can see all the chats now. We can communicate. We can cross-link. We can do a lot more with that. Also, if you're not following, if you're not subbed up already with either channel on Twitch or on YouTube, go ahead and sub up. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna drop it into all of the chats. GTA. Just type this in on anything and you'll see it. So you go to YouTube, you follow. You sub. You go back over to Twitch, you follow. You do everything you can to support a brother, because a brother need a support if you got it. So otherwise, we're gonna start this show off and we just getting back at it. We mindful out here on Mondays, so we haven't been at work or been on stream for 2 weeks now, so we're just gonna get back to it. That's the topic for today. All right, mindfulness. Let's see if they got some Psych to Go for us. Psych to Go usually give us a good start. I'll turn on the filter. Let's watch this. It look like, oh, that ain't nothing. That's a, oh, is this an ad? That's an ad. Let's see what this is talking about.
We're awake on one level.
Did I put on a filter? Let me make sure I put on a filter, because that's what I wanted. All right, let's go. Hey, appreciate that follow and that sub. That song keep playing in my head. All right, let's go.
We're awake on one level, but on another level, life is often passing us by. All too often we talk about, in our common language, I missed it completely. I was just lost. I wasn't here for it. And sometimes that happens many times in the course of a day. Sometimes we look back and it's a decade later and we ask ourselves the question, where was I for my children's growing up? Where was I emotionally for my life with my wife or my husband or my children?
Right.
So there's something very poignant about the present moment, since it's always now. All of the stresses in our lives happen now. All the decisions that we have to make in our lives happen now. And yet often enough, we're living in the past, or we're living in the future, but the past is gone. The future hasn't arrived.
Yes, sir.
But now is right here. This is when we hear the sound of the birds. This is when we feel the caress of our child's hand against our face. Mindfulness is a way of beginning to become more attentive to the present moment, to the actuality of being alive, and maybe even more importantly, participating in that act of being alive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mindfulness is a whole way of living. It's a way of being engaged, deeply connected, and tapping into inner resource that's always available. Mindfulness is the awareness that rises when we pay attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally.
Can mindfulness help me be more concentrated and focused? Can mindfulness help me have more of a sense of mental stability, in the sense of, can the mind be more stable, more present, more focused, more directed? When we first wake up in the morning, it might be worth taking a few moments to stop while you're lying there in bed. Take a few breaths. Feel the breath in the body. Open the eyes. Notice the sounds around you, or the light streaming into the room, or the quality of the darkness if it's still dark out. Just those few moments are a way of grounding ourselves on purpose in this present moment. We're all going to be stressed. There's no doubt about it. Stress isn't a bad thing in and of itself. I think there's a real difference between stress and feeling what people often say is, I'm stressed out. Mark Twain said, my life has been filled with terrible tragedies.
Sorry, y'all. I was typing.
Most of which never happened. And what he was really pointing to in his own unique way, I'm catastrophizing all the time. I'm thinking about things way out in front of me that have never happened. I'm speculating about what will happen, but they haven't happened.
There are many things that are stressful to many of us, but even inside that, there's going to be individual differences. Knowing your own self can help so much. It's like saying, when I'm in busy traffic, I tense up. So knowing that can help you not have to just fall into the same old reactive pattern. Then there's meeting it skillfully. You might even say tools to meet stress, to meet tension in the body, to meet thinking that feels overwhelmed. That's one of the cues for me. If I hear my internal voice say, I'm overwhelmed, that's a time for me to really stop, to ground, to take a breath, to just get more space, sometimes step outside, shift for a moment if I'm indoors, see the sky, open to nature, a few breaths, and actually what that's doing neurologically is a rebalance. This term balance that comes with meditation or mindfulness, this is a very basic biological definition of where we come into greater restorative state. And it may be many times, many small times during the day that we meet this and we recalibrate. If you've ever stood on one foot to balance, you find that there's tiny little movements, these little rebalancing out of balance, rebalancing out of balance. So it's not some fixed, static state. It's very, very alive. When it's informed by awareness, when it's informed with mindfulness, we can more skillfully meet those moments of being out of balance. You might think of three qualities that are involved in mindfulness. One is attention. So choosing to be awake in each moment of being alive. Intention is the choice to do that, purposeful choice. And the other is attitude. And attitude is the kind of open curiosity that we bring to what we're aware of in the moment.
The research has been suggesting that these practices can have a powerful and positive effect on health and well-being across a wide range of medical and psychological conditions.
So we still got about a good solid 2 minutes and some change left before this video ends, and I wanted to pause right there and say something. So listening to this video lets me know exactly why we are in some of the conditions and states of mind that we in right now to this day. And the reason being, and I got 2 chat boxes up there. The reason being for me right now looking at this video is because we don't get no time to do this. What we're speaking of in this video, we don't have time to do this. And it's very, very much what's the word I'm looking for? Like, everybody love it when you don't do this. And this is what I mean. For example, come on, Johnny, we need those papers today. We need accounting needs it down there. We need it. Everybody needs to get paid. We need signatures. You see what I'm saying? Johnny does not have time to take a deep breath. Johnny need to get them papers down there, because I need to get my check, because the daycare need to get paid. The daycare ain't got paid last week. I got to get that money today. I gotta get that money today. They're gonna drop the kids off today. You see what I'm saying? That's 3 different people I just spoke about who don't have the time to take a deep breath. It's the guy who coming to get the papers from Johnny. There's Johnny, and then the man who getting paid if Johnny don't get them papers down there. Did you catch all of that, or am I talking too fast? If I'm talking too fast, you should probably take a deep breath and listen. You understand? We don't get that opportunity, and I'm about to give you some relief though, because I know that is like, man, you know what? We don't get the opportunity. But everybody say that you don't get this, you always think this, you should do it like this. I'm gonna give you what you should be seeing and thinking right now. Here we go. You won't get that opportunity until you put in either the time to get that opportunity. Let me let you see my fingers. Or the work to put in that opportunity. Now, what I mean is the time is going to come from, you could just get old, you could have some kids and sit back and be like, hey, doc, I ain't doing nothing but breathing and living my life and taking care of myself and trying to figure it out. You come around retirement age, 60s, Social Security, you getting it. You ain't worried about going to work, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Some people might not get that because they don't want that even. You see what I'm saying? But that is where it comes, maybe in old age, through time. You see what I'm saying? Now, the work part, it could be anything. You could go out, you could work, you get hurt on the job, you ain't got to work no more. Now you sitting back wondering what you're going to do with life and how life is and what is reality. It could be either scenario, but in the general scheme of life, the way that life is set up, when you young, you don't sit back and just, what is reality? And let me take a deep breath and be mindful. You do that for 15 minutes and then you're good for the day. 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe you do another 15 minutes, 30 minutes and 48 hours. Last part of this spill that I'm doing right now is just the fact that our ancients, let's say way back in the past, may have already paid that price. They may have already figured all of that out. That's why we don't get the opportunity to sit back and meditate and pray and, you know, be a Buddhist monk. Everybody, the majority of people in the population. The reason why is because we got to put in some sort of work. Now let's fantasize right now. Let's fantasize that the dinosaurs shaped and terraformed the planet, right? They made all of the craters. They did the stomping, the fighting, the knocking down all the big trees, eating the vegetation, eating the smaller, doing whatever. And then now they gone, and we can live in all them craters and valleys and dips and dodges and all of that, right? Well, we got to do our work while we here. And this seems like the time for us to do our work while we here. You see what I'm saying? Like maybe through the first millennia, first centuries, we was just figuring it out and you know, mapping that part out. And then now is not the time to map nothing. We working, baby. We moving. We got to get that material down there, because the material down there need to go down there to Bob gonna sign for the material. Material gonna build a house. You got it? All right, now back to the show.
Medicine can do a great deal for us and to us. When you break your leg, you want somebody to do something to you. You want them to set that leg. You want them to do something for you. That's essential. And modern medicine has done a great deal for us that we need. Equally so, there's a lot we can do for ourselves in the domains of health and well-being. Nobody knows your body better than you. Mm-hmm. And we know as well that about 80 or 90% of our sort of ongoing illnesses are lifestyle related. They're related to behavior. Only we can do something about that. I don't think there's any doubt any longer that the human being, the person, is at the center of their own health and wellness. And that's what we mean when we talk about participatory medicine, is that you want to be a spectator, your health will pass you by. You want to be a participant, it can help you be alive moment by moment and enrich your life. Mindfulness begins to reveal to us our habits, our patterns. Mindfulness is a very good training ground for developing that kind of buoyancy, that kind of stability, that kind of capacity to catch ourselves when we're just moving off into our usual conditioned activities or habits or patterns and saying, wait a second, or we don't always catch ourselves. There's a redeeming quality to the recognition.
Hey, what up, Stacy? How you feeling?
The same old thing again.
Hope you're having a great day
because
today.
It means we now know it. And so our capacity not only to handle situations differently in the moment is important, but our capacity to, if you will, recover or notice when we've just gone down the same old road we've always gone down. So if we take those as learning moments, which is really a moment of mindfulness, when we're learning from it, because we know it. It's just not automatic any longer. We now know it.
Yeah, me too.
We're
It's
examining
real cool.
it in some way, not through judgment, not through condemnation, but because we want to know. We want to understand, because that kind of understanding leads to changes in the way we handle the situation the next time, or the next time, or the next time.
I think between me talking just now and doing my little spill and little rant and the end of that video, or that video in general, I think that was pretty good. Kind of square us away in this present moment, in this present time. I always used to think when I was younger about how video games would have it where you could go places and do things. And it was always so cool for me in life that you could go places and do things. So I just kind of been flowing on that this whole time. And that is a form of practice, mindfulness practice right there. Like just being in the moment, being in the present time. And it's so lovely and beautiful that they call it present. I'm going to give a second for the present. Did you get yours? Okay. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at something. I probably spelled that. I definitely spelled that wrong. Let me see something. Hey, look, I'm going to put a challenge out there, too. I like to do stuff on the spot. This ain't written down nowhere. This is me saying it. Y'all come up with some way to talk about current events, not politics or how you feel about them necessarily. We could talk about how you feel about them. I don't care. But some form of current events so we can, just touch the outside world, or touch grass, as they say, for a second. All right. So we might have seen that one, so let's skip that. Let's go to my girl. My girl looked like she got it, and she's a quick little short video.
I am in love.
I woke up to a new friend.
That just came out of my skin.
Yeah, it's nasty, girl. Get out the camera.
Body awareness exercises are very important to make you aware of your physical condition, what you feel and where you feel this, how you are relating to your body parts, how you are relating to what is going on in your body, your body language, and the way you relate to this. So I will teach you several exercises, starting with your breath. Your breath is the actual best guideline there is for whatever is happening. Nothing of what it is that you are going to discover is either right or wrong. It's just the way you act. These are patterns, and these patterns can also be changed, because when you become aware of these patterns, you can change them.
I know she ain't in that video like that. I know she ain't. I know.
My name's Mark Walsh from.
I know she ain't in that video like that. What was the exercise, lady? Anyway, let's go to my man's.
Very nice. If you've got any more, please comment. If you've got any more ideas, anything that works for you, and get closer to how.
We ain't got 12 minutes.
Steve. 2 is keep a journal. 3 is a difficult one, or can be a difficult one, and that is finding out how people see you. Okay, getting as close as the reality of how people see you as possible, and this is a really difficult thing to do. Now, you can do this at work with 360 feedback. 360 feedback is so valuable, but remember, you don't have to agree with it all. It's just giving you a guide. So, you know, if you're getting 360 feedback and you know someone that actually has an issue with you, then you take that with a pinch of salt, but it can still be very, very useful. And it's a really hard thing. If you're like me and you find constructive criticism very difficult to deal with, it can be something you avoid. But I suggest you not. The more you do it, the more used to it you'll get. And it's a really valuable thing to do. Now, if you're not in a position to do 360 feedback, if you're something like me and you're a freelancer, what I often do is I ask my clients for feedback, but I emphasize that I don't just want a pat on the back. You know, the important stuff is what could I do better? And sometimes I do the what could we do, like I did a session yesterday, a leadership session, and we done a thing about, because it was the end of a course that I'd run, and we did the, you know, what went well, what could have gone better, and all that, like I talked about before. And that again was feedback, and again I'm emphasizing, please try and be honest. Now, you'll find people that will still find it very difficult to be honest in front of you, so maybe it's worth asking them for written feedback a couple of weeks down the line, and again emphasizing honesty. Another thing you can do, and this is still with the in number 3, is if you can't get feedback, if you're not running courses, you can't get feedback in that formal way, is ask your nearest and dearest. Tell them that you're doing a self-awareness exercise, you're trying to find out really how people see you, and just emphasize the fact that what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is just ask you, you know, how I've been in certain ways, and try and get closer to how you see me, and how you know, what things do you think I don't do very well. And that can be really, really powerful thing to do. So in some way, it's finding out, it's trying to get people to be as honest as possible and not just giving you a pat on the back. And of course, you want to hear the good stuff as well. Now, the next one, number 4, is you've got to be careful with this. This is using some sort of tool in order to, you know, if you can't get the 360 feedback, is to analyze yourself. Now, there are loads of things out there. A lot of people have done the Myers-Briggs test, where it's a typology thing, where you find out whether you're introverted, and I'm not going to go into what Myers-Briggs is now. There are loads of psychometric testing, and it's basically an emotional intelligence testing. You can actually go online and do emotional intelligence testing. And it's basically a way of answering, doing a questionnaire and getting some feedback, and people will try and tell you what type you are, roughly. And this is really important. I have a little bit of an issue with typologies, with all of them, because a lot of them tend to say you are this, and what we can do if we're not careful is we can then try and sort of subconsciously behave like that because we've been told what we are. Now, I don't think it's that useful for that, and if you listen to what Ken Robinson says, he says a lovely thing that it's like our personalities are like fingerprints. They're all totally different, but of course we do fit into categories, because if we ever meet someone that doesn't fit into a category we recognize, we find that really difficult, right? But this is not about labeling ourselves, but it's about codifying, and it is about labeling ourselves with a pinch of salt, so it can be the start of a conversation. And that's the point of it. So if I do any kind of personality test, I get it back and I go, right, I'm not going to believe all of this categorizes me exactly, but what I'll do is I'll look at a part of it and go, okay, it says I'm an introvert, that's interesting, what does that mean? And then I'll start thinking about it, and then I can question that, and it's just a lens to see, It gives you little compartments of yourself that you can analyze and then come up with your own ideas. It's also great to be coached around something like this. So if you do an emotional intelligence test or a psychometric test, it's a great thing to sit down with a coach and discuss. All you're doing is saying, okay, it says on this, what do I think about that? And sometimes it's just as useful to disagree than it is to agree, because all it's making you do is actually consciously think about those aspects of your personality. Again, a really useful thing to do, but I don't think it's that useful, again, to completely pigeonhole people and label them. And number 5, similarly, is to analyze yourself against models. Now, this isn't necessarily a typology, but it's looking at leadership models, it's looking at different definitions of leadership, and just basically using that as a guide to go, okay, well, that says leadership. For leadership, you've got to be good at flexibility. So how flexible am I? How good am I at kind of going from being a directive leader to being a coaching leader? It says on this model that you've got to be a good listener to be a good leader. So what am I like for listening? So it just makes you kind of look at all the different aspects and gives you a kind of target to go towards, to look at, rather than just sitting there and going, what am I like as a person? You know, and it gives you an idea of then it will give you an idea of all the different things you can then build up and work on if you so choose to do. And there are loads.
I think at this stage of our life, it's very exciting to see some of this stuff the way that I do see it. Like, let's take this story right here, for example. My mom raised me. So to me, I look up to her knowledge as far as experience goes. You see what I'm saying? And probably the same for you with that person who raised you. You see what I'm saying? It's not necessarily that they are making all of the right choices every day, all the time, but it's that they have been here longer factor that equates in. Now, a better way of saying that is, to me, my mom has been an adult all of my life. I was not there for her childhood. She was there for my childhood. My entire childhood, she was there. Her entire adulthood, I was not there. Her entire childhood, I was not there. Her entire life, I was not there. And so on and so forth for my kids and your kids alike. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because that is important. Once you get to that stage where you can look at your life and start to shape your life the way that you want it totally, and they call it adulthood, you know, but if you start early, it's like having the prerequisites for college. Bruh, I ain't going to them freshman classes. You go to them. I did that already. I had the prerequisite. I had it on the paper. It's like having the prerequisites already done, and then you move into adulthood with a frame of thinking or way of thinking that can get you, really is going to get you steps ahead. Like, I got to say this. My big brother Tony, he probably was better at paying, well, not probably, he's better at taking care of a place to live, paying his car note, doing things like that, and managing his bills than I was at his age. Like, at 24, my 24 and his 24 was completely different. His 24 was paying his bills and working. My 24 was just working or doing whatever I was doing. You see what I'm saying? But I know for a fact he was paying his bills and working. And so that right there is something that you can probably look and say, well, I wish I did, and I wish I didn't. But I'm saying that now because we're in a beautiful time of life. If you're an adult at this stage, and you don't need to go back and look at what you didn't do. You just need to say, hey, and lock in and focus, on what you are doing now and what you want to change. Because you know what it was like through childhood and, you know, just kind of getting just things as they come. But at adulthood, I'm not gonna lie to you, the sense of freedom to be able to acquire skills and things and materials and experiences the way that I do or can, it's exhilarating. It is exhilarating to me. It's very, very exciting to think about some of the possibilities. Just looking at even my books that I have that are still yet to be read. I got some pages left on them. And even think about the books that I might still need to check out, and the game that I'm gonna play later. All of those things still fill me with excitement and fill me with joy to go and experience them. And I hope that you're able to find stuff in your life that fill you with that same feeling, and you're not just kind of do life, do life, It ain't no fun. I ain't even gonna sing that song. It's just not no fun. Just know that. Anyway. All right, let's keep it pushing. Those are some awareness exercises. Now let's have a little fun just because we back for this expansion pack. Let me see. Oh gosh. I gotta hear some of these. Hold on. I think we'll start something new. We're gonna start every Monday for my mans, and then we're gonna do dad jokes. We have to get trained in these because they're gonna make a comeback. They're gonna make a major comeback. I'm telling you, and people are gonna love them. They just don't know it yet, but we need to make a push here on Expansion Pack. All right. So every Monday from now on, we get a couple dad jokes in there for the dads. Monday is for my mans.
The Wonder Oven Pro is an 8-in-1.
They gonna tag me. Hold on. I don't want them to tag me. Give me some creative. All right, let's see what
Get
we got.
help from real adults on how to cook.
Huh?
So we have to get help from real adults on how to cook. Terry, what did you say?
What do you get when you cross an elephant mixed with a rhino?
I don't know.
Hell if I know.
Hell if I know.
Hell if I know.
Terry think that's so funny.
Right.
But so that's not funny?
Yes.
That is funny.
It's hysterical.
Boy, say hysterical.
Hell if I know.
Let's go.
Tay so dumb.
Oh, we're gonna get a lot of laughs on that one.
No, we not.
Just post it myself.
Okay. It's my job to go shopping.
See, we
but
get a lot of laughs on that one.
Have you
only
been
go
like 5
shopping.
years?
Yeah, I haven't gone in like weeks. Tay, turn it off. I can't see.
Oh.
You know what? I want to say this before we go any further. I want to say this. Y'all be jocking the style. That's what it is. Y'all jocking the style. You're jocking the style and you're watching and you waiting for your opportunity to slide in there and say something like mom jokes or uncle jokes or granddaddy jokes. No. It's dad jokes, and don't you forget it. Y'all laughing under your breath. You're laughing in the car. But you ain't laughing around us, and I peeped it. I saw it. You jocking the style. You jocking the style. I know you like it. You like them dad jokes. Hell if I know. That was funny. I laughed.
They went and bought snacks. Ooh. He bought.
More dad jokes.
The real mashed potatoes.
What is it? Oh, the carpet cleaner. 3 o'clock in the morning, and I where.
I would need more dad jokes.
Why?
We'll see.
Why does the milking chair only have 3 legs?
Why?
Because the cow got the udder.
Ah, yes. You understand me? Yes. That made me.
That's all I got.
That made me laugh.
Bro, you stupid.
That made me laugh.
What do you get when you cross an elephant mixed with a rhino?
Hell if I know.
He knew it. How is holy water made? You boil the hell out of it.
You so Christ.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they jocking the style. They jocking the style. That's
So
beautiful.
Octavia's at work, and I'm at work, but we not doing no work.
Oh, look, we making lists.
Okay, that's true. I am making a list too.
Checking stuff off. Yeah, see, I'm over here making.
How do you make holy water? Yeah.
ID?
Yo, they on the roll.
Idaho and me too.
They on the roll, if you ask me.
Top state.
Come on, go back and tell me another
She gonna.
joke. Tell me another joke.
It's not. Watch.
I need to hear the jokes.
I'm trying to be.
Oh. You let the
They
butter.
ain't telling no more jokes, so they get a sub from me. That was funny. I gotta see just a few more.
Hello, and welcome to the wonderful world of stuff. Today we are looking at the wonderful world of one-liner jokes.
Alright,
So,
let's go.
Here we go. Number
Kill it.
1. My wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo. I had to put my foot down.
That's whack.
Number 2. I went to buy some camo pants but couldn't find any. 3. I failed math so many times it's...
I went to find some camo pants but couldn't find any.
I can't even count. 4. I used to have a handle on life, but then I think it must have fell off. Number 5. I was wondering why the frisbee kept getting bigger and bigger, but then it hit me. 6. There were a bunch of break-ins over at the multi-story car park. That is wrong on so many levels. Number 7.
Right.
I want to die peacefully in my sleep, like my grandfather. Not screaming and yelling like the passengers in his car. Number 8. When life...
Yo, no, that was just diabolical, bro. I'm done. I'm done with the one-liners today, y'all. Let's get something peaceful. All right, y'all, let's go.
Why do I keep forgetting what I just read? It's embarrassing.
Your brain isn't the problem.
So often, we're caught up in life's demands with no time to stop. But becoming more aware of your own thoughts and feelings and what's around you, and accepting the present moment, can help improve your mental health and well-being. Doing this affects both the mental and the physical you. Some people call this being more mindful. Focusing on the present means paying attention to your thoughts and feelings right here, right now. Breathing exercises are a great way to focus on the present and be more mindful. Doing this can also help when you're feeling stressed or anxious. This short video will take you through how to do a mindful breathing exercise. Firstly, settle into a natural, comfortable position. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breathe naturally, noticing the sensations of the breath entering and leaving the body as best you can. Allow your shoulders and neck to relax, focusing on your breathing, just being aware of it. Focus on how your body feels. What sensations do you notice? Do you feel your feet on the floor or the feeling of your clothes on your skin? Take this time to pay close attention to physical sensations, from the top of your head right down to your toes. Notice what you're thinking about right now and how you're feeling. Just take the time to notice your thoughts and feelings without judgment and without trying to change them. When you're ready, take one more breath and try to bring this awareness with you into the next moments of your day. Breathing techniques like this one can help to center you in the moment at any time and connect you with the present, which can help if you're feeling stressed or anxious.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me for today. Today's been a great day for us. We're gonna ride on up out of here with this. I'm gonna play y'all some music and then we're gonna get out of here. I could play a throwback, but I won't play a throwback. I got something specific I want to hear. I do not see it. So I'll type it in. Hold on. This is for anybody who just need to take a deep breath.
Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max. It's the best of everything together.
Commercial. Give me my money. Let's go.
This one goes out to
y'all
all
enjoy
those
this song, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow
make music and they
on what is it, Tech Tuesday? I'll see y'all tomorrow on Tech Tuesday. If you got any comments, suggestions on what you might like to see or might like to talk about here on Expansion Pack, you can go over to Twitch and use your channel points, or you could just message me, or you can do whatever you're gonna do to figure out how you're gonna get it even over to me. But I would love to have your feedback on different topics and different things that we can talk about. Tomorrow is Tech Tuesday, and then following that, it is Finding Our Way Wednesday. Following that is Healthy Mental Thursday, and then Fun Fact Friday. So you take your pick on when you want to try to contribute to some of the topics and the things that we talk about here. We do have plenty of room and plenty of opening for suggestion. Just shoot me a comment, hit me up on one of my TikToks, Facebook, or something like that. Other than that, I will see y'all tomorrow, and I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all can listen to this song. I need chapstick. Y'all can listen to this song on the way out, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I did not forget it. This is DGTA TV. Peace.
In the basement. This one goes out to all aspiring.
If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Wherever you're following, you better make sure you can come back for tomorrow. This is DGTA TV. See you.
Just listen. Learn something.
Yo, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, let me get it. I'm winning this game, home run, hit independent. Did it all independent, dropping tracks from a distance on your head, y'all. Better make your head nod. Waited for a while, now I'm like, hold up, wait a second. All of the mistakes that I made were just lessons. So now I can preach and reach all of my brethren who want to make an investment into your music. You're stepping into something that you better pay attention to. Gang, 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 you might say it and it sound cool, but when you in the industry, how many units can you move? They'll put you on the shelf collecting dust until you pay your dues. So hold up, wait, just give me a second before you cut this off, cause I ain't rapping about weapons on my chain drip. We've been in chains since the slave ship. Now all we talk about is how many whips you can get. All that I'm saying is, young brother, just sit and listen a bit. This is artist development. If you brush me off, you'll be where I've been, making songs about a big body Benz that you ain't never had. You better off making songs that'll make your mama glad. Instead, she talking about cut it off. I don't wanna hear it at all. But when you making music from your heart, that problem solved. Hold up, wait just a minute. How could I tell you all of this if I ain't did it? Just think of me as a prophet, giving you a prediction that it's hard to get fame, even harder once you get it. We often fantasize because we handle what's envisioned. I just say define success for you and go the distance. Hold up, wait, pause, are you serious? I really don't want to be famous, not even curious. I'm just doing this now cause my knowledge need to be dropped. And what better way for you to learn while hearing the beat drop?
young people, don't get fooled by the trickery. Don't get fooled by the lies. Do it from your heart, do it for you. Build it, and they shall come.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy, his name don't really matter. The matter of the fact is that he wanna be a rapper. Started singing every song he heard like he made him. He really didn't know that this was perfect training. He started thinking about what he would do when he made it. He had big dreams with no plans, no guidance supporting him. Nobody knew where he was trying to go, cause they ain't never been there. This is big business, your mama not here. You still wanna be a rapper? Okay, then come here. I'll teach you what you need to know, but hold up, wait, you better know that everybody don't care about you. Don't take it personal, just stay under my wing and we gon' fly right off the pedestal. This kid got potential, this kid spit flame. That's what they be saying when they hear Lil Dan, but Big Dan F man is like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm giving them something that I didn't get when I did it. That's a realistic picture of success defined. You might have to wait a minute just for you to show up right on time. This story is for you and I hope that you find it. Rewind it, dissect every line, find the silver lining. I want you to hold up, wait a second, plan it out. Perseverance keep you consistent and yes, you'll find this out. Hold up, wait, think about it. You just need what you got, so you already done found it. You resonate in a way that is really so astounding. So if you wanna make it, just figure out where you making it to. Support yourself and know who's there to help and don't get it confused. Take your time to think, cause it can decide if you win and you lose. The song for everybody, making music that we gon' consume. All I wanna do is tell you to put your heart in. This song is the starter package to start in.
I'm still making heart music. Enough said.